Well, could this sickening massacre have been prevented? That is a question everyone is asking. Outrage growing this morning over missed warning signs. The shooter pledged his allegiance to ISIS and was under investigation by the FBI not once, but twice. We're joined now by national security analyst Ryan Mauro. He's of the Clarion Project. Thank you for coming in so early for us this morning.
Sure, thank you for having me.
So we keep talking about him being under investigation twice, questioned 3 times, under investigation twice, but yet he was still able to go and purchase these weapons.
Right, I'm definitely concerned about the fact that he was able to go get guns. I sent out a tweet about my friend who can't get a gun because he occasionally has to take Xanax. But then this guy is on the FBI's radar for terror connections, and he's able to go get a gun. There's something wrong with that. But when it comes to the issue of the FBI interviewing possible terror suspects, I don't mean to scare people, but that happens a lot, where they interview a terror suspect, but then he doesn't get arrested because it is legal to be an extremist. It is legal to hang out with extremists, and that's very frustrating for law enforcement that say, this is a bad guy, I know something's going to happen, but what do we do? And
for people sitting at home as well hearing this again, because we heard the same exact story and conversation following the Boston bombing. The older Tsarnaev brother had been under investigation as well, and the case also closed.
Right, so as soon as you start talking about prosecuting people or using more aggressive measures to conduct surveillance on people for their beliefs based on policy or how they feel towards terrorist groups, immediately you'll have organizations go after law enforcement and say that they are stigmatizing the entire community, that this is a violation of religious liberty and free speech. And so law enforcement really does have their hands tied because they can know someone's a bad guy, all the evidence can be there, but if you can't prosecute them for it, what can you do? You can't keep them on 24/7 surveillance forever.
So how do you do that? How do you walk that fine line between, maintaining our rights, living here in a free society in the United States of America, but at the same time stopping things like this from happening again?
The most critical element here is going to be having a strategy overseas. We can't constantly be adjusting our domestic security in response to a growing foreign threat. You have to take care of it over there. And there's 2 key things that need to happen. First, we need to have moderate Muslim American leaders that challenge things like anti-gay sentiment across the Muslim world, going beyond condemning this specific attack. They've got to go after people that say it's okay to kill gays by a Sharia-based theocratic government. That sets the foundation for this. And then,
what about referring to it as a hate crime but not connecting it to his religion?
Every act of Islamist violence is a hate crime. It's also an act of terrorism. This parsing of words is a waste of time, and it's got to stop because that's just our language. In the mind of the enemy, that's all one thing.
Okay, Ryan Mauro, thank you so much.
Sure.
We appreciate your insight as always.